and how we show up in the world is absolutely critical to being able to calm our children. We set the tone for the energy in our home. So the step one is actually to tune into yourself and find out what's going on inside you in your nervous system. So think of yourself as a tuning fork. So if the tuning fork is highly stressed and chaos, it's actually rippling out like this into the whole of the energy around us in our home. And that energy is being picked up by our children's nervous system. So they're like a receiver of your energy and what's going on in your nervous system. So this is actually like it's a biological thing that's happening here. So you can imagine if Mama Bear's feeling panicked and stressed and on alert, baby bear is going, there's something to do. There's something coming to get us. So you can see how from a survival perspective that's really important for us. However, that it's also really unhelpful if we're sitting in that space of crazy and stress and anxiety, because it's triggering our children's nervous systems to feel on alert as well. They may act out. Their behaviour might get really hard for us because on an unconscious level, they're feeling the panic and they don't know what to do with it. And Mama Bear's panicked as well, and so is Papa Bear. So that tuning into yourself and paying attention to your own nervous system is a critical step to creating calm in your home. So, I'd encourage you after this to maybe close your eyes, just do some deep breaths and go, am I calm right now, or am I anxious and nervous? And you can bet your bottom dollar that if you're feeling anxious and nervous, your child is. And it's important then to reduce oxidative stress, because this state of arousal, what we would call, that's a technical term, this state of fight and flight can actually create oxidative stress in the body. So actually one of the big things that I talk with mums and dads about is actually NRF2 activation. Let's just put it in our body and give ourselves a big head start and being able to keep our nervous system calm, because it is actually setting the tone. The other thing that's really, really important is actually if you're feeling a feeling, we want you to acknowledge the feeling, feel the feeling, process the feeling and let it go. Because actually a whole lot of us have been walking around trying to avoid our feelings because it's not felt safe to do so. And the thing is, the feelings don't go away. They just get suppressed and create more oxidative stress. So I'd really encourage you to, the first step to calm in your house is actually to turn inwards and evaluate what's going on. Spend some time deep breathing, doing mindfulness activities, whatever that might be. Actually spending time mindfully washing up is a mindful activity, if that floats your boat. If not, go close your eyes and breathe for 5 minutes. Look at your feelings and share them with someone else. So we actually really do need to say them out loud and process them. It's lovely to focus on the positive, but we actually also have to acknowledge our current experience right now. So we're going to let go of it and then have gratitude. So that's another thing, have gratitude for what you've already got and reframe. So a big part of all of this is when we tune in, there's stories in our head, Sarah, like stories about stuff. So a big common one is like, everything's been cancelled and I'm stuck in my house and there's no joy and there's no fun. They took everything away. The government's taking it all away. So there's some helpful stories we can make about that. Actually, we're safe at home. We get to be at peace in our home. We're having some forced time out where we can just connect together. Those stories are actually far better for our well-being and our energy than getting into fear-based stories. So I think the last little tip in that step would be to practice self-care. And the way I look at self-care is actually it's caring for your nervous system. So it doesn't have to be bubble baths and massages, although that's nice. It's actually taking active steps to calm the nervous system. So whether that be a nice bubble bath, whether it is a cup of coffee, whether it's journaling, good food is critical. I won't get into dietary advice, but go find out what is good food for your body and practice that. That's self-care. So, I think for me, it is actually really parents are the leaders of the house. Their energy is the leadership. They are the tuning fork. They are the conductor. And that's the place to start. That would be my
Yeah, I love that. So that's really, yeah, because you always, sometimes you can just blame the kids that this is going on, and Joey's playing up and he's beating up his little brother and this is all happening, and it's just like, ah. But yeah, you're exactly right. If you actually go to your room, shut the door, take a few deep breaths and go, okay, is this my energy that's reflecting on the household and everything else? And actually recognize that and do something about it, it can change the whole energy with everyone, which is, like just one simple step that's amazing. So one thing I used to do was just go to my room and just scream.
Get it out. Yes.
And just let out the frustration for a bit and then go, okay, I'm back. And yeah, and drinking, making sure you're drinking lots of water and connecting with other people, especially at the moment, having a bit of a whinge with a girlfriend or connecting with a relative on a phone call or something like that can make the biggest difference, just to verbally get that frustration out as well. So
I love that. Just one thing that came to my mind, just a little bit more visuals, is so we're there to support our children, right? So we're the leaders. We're going to have lots of frustrations, but we should never dump in. So they're in our circle, we're around them. Never dump into the circle, dump out. So, or in someone who's in the similar sort of position in the circle. So your girlfriends, absolutely. We need to acknowledge the feelings and get them out, but we never dump them on our kids. Sometimes we'll make a mistake and that's okay. We just got to repair the relationship. But we should, avoid dumping in. It just makes everything worse.
I think just everyone should follow you on Facebook. So your Facebook group, Conscious Awakened Mamas. You've got some fabulous live videos in there with amazing tips. There's a few, some of them, you really give me a giggle. I love them. I really love them. I love watching them. They're so, so helpful. So we'll put the Facebook group in the comments, and then everyone can jump on there if you want those extra tips while you're at home with your tribe.
That's so much of that is about relationship, isn't it, Sarah? And if you've not got kids at home anymore and they're growing up, this group is still for you, because you might be becoming a grandmama. You're always a parent, even to adult children, and there's stuff in there that's going to make a difference there too. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Let me know where you're watching from. I should have let you know that earlier. But if you can drop that in the comments, we are a global Facebook group providing value to our fellow biohackers. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out anytime. All of us that are in here are more than happy to answer those questions for you. And definitely get onto that Facebook group with Paula Redford Bell. She is amazing. And thank you so much for your time today, and happy Easter, everyone.
See you. Bye.
Bye.